My new eye upgrades look awesome. So does my stomach. What's going on, dude?
Hey.
You okay?
Yeah, it's called... Dude, you got the newest eye upgrades?
Well, yeah. I mean, look at me. I look great, right?
Yeah, you look freaking awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Oh, first this virus doesn't hit you, and then you got enough money for the eye upgrades?
You know, I got connections. What can I say?
Well, I don't mean to ask, but, we've been shooting Fight Your Rival for a long time right now, and I know we never touched into the bank. Do you think that I could get the money out so I could get my eyes fixed?
You know, it's funny you asked, dude, because today, just for you,
Yeah.
I cashed our YouTube check.
You serious?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I got the money.
Awesome.
I got the money right here.
That wasn't money?
Just wait.
Okay.
There's more.
Doesn't sound like
Here you go, dude. Here's our lifetime YouTube earnings.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's all the money we made from those thousands of hits. Sometimes 10,000s. That's at least 35 cents.
That don't look like 35 cents. And even if it was 35 cents, do you think that's enough to get those eye upgrades? Did you pay 35 cents for those?
Dude, like I said, I got connections.
What am I gonna do? This is awful.
Well, you know, I've been thinking. I know it sounds crazy, but I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, you see that archaic Xbox 360 from 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I found a glitch. That Xbox 360 can take us to the year 2013.
Okay.
What we do is, we go back to 2013. Before the Xbox One was ever an idea. We announce the Xbox One before Microsoft even knows about it. We get 1 trillion hits on YouTube. We become rich. You could have any pair of eyes you want. You could have 3 eyes. You could have 4. You can be an eye.
Like Shuma Gorath?
Exactly like Shumagarath.
I think you just piqued my interest. So what do we do?
Well, we might die, but
It's worth it.
we hold on to the Xbox.
Uh-huh.
We scream Microsoft as loud as we can.
Okay.
And if all goes well, we'll wake up in our younger bodies in 2013. Filming Fight Your Rival like we were always meant to do.
I think it's worth the try. I mean, what do I got to live for? I have a Rocket Raccoon doll and some dirty-ass marble blanket.
It is a nice doll, but we need to do this.
Yeah, we need to do this, like, right now.
Right now.
Okay,
Let's go. Alright, you ready, dude?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Dude, you look great. Like, you've never looked better.
Did we make it?
We made it. We're in the past. Let's do this. Let's start the show.
Yes.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mike.
This is Natal.
And welcome to this very special Halloween episode of Fight Your Rival. We got a lot to talk about. As you can see, we are all decked out, all ready for this special day. Natal looks especially good. And you saw how we got here. It's already been a crazy night, so I think we'll just get right into the news.
Yeah, if you guys are Super Street Fighter 4 fans and you have a normal pair of eyes to actually play a game, you should rejoice. The news for Ultra Street Fighter 4 has been recently announced.
Yes, it's been rumored for a while that there are going to be 2 new mechanics in the game. Red Focus, which is a stronger focus attack that takes up 2 bars and absorbs multiple hits. And also a double Ultra feature where you could actually use both of your Ultra combos in one match. The trade-off is that they each do less damage, but you have the option to use either one. So they both got confirmed in a video by Combo Fiend, so we can look forward to at least 2 new mechanics in Ultra Street Fighter 4.
I'm actually excited for the 2 mechanics. I really thought Ultra Street Fighter 4 would have been pretty much the same, but balance changes to the characters and a couple additional characters. The fact that they're actually changing core mechanics of the game, I think is really going to shape it up. I mean, it's the closest we're going to get to a Street Fighter 5 right now, safe to say.
Exactly. It does make me happy that they're really willing to take a risk and change up the core formula. And also, people are already whining, red focus is going to be overpowered, but A, it costs meter, B, it still works like a normal focus attack, so you could throw people out of it. If you have an armor-breaking move, like a hurricane kick, it still works on it, so it's just going to add another layer of strategy, which I'm all for, because the game definitely needs it.
And they shouldn't complain, they play Marvel.
Exactly.
That's my answer to that. If you play Marvel, don't complain about what Street Fighter 4 is going to have.
Yep, and also, no news yet on the console release, but it is coming to arcades April 2014.
Wow.
So I don't know if we'll get the console game same time, before or after, but we will definitely follow that and keep you guys posted.
In other fighting game related news, our good old friend L.I. Joe has his own t-shirt line out, right?
Yeah, well, L.I. Joe, one of the best players in Street Fighter 4 and a lot of other fighting games, known for his Sagat. He's finally sponsored. He got picked up by Natal clothing. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
I think you are, yeah.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool clothing company. He already has a few custom shirts out. So definitely check them out. And I'm excited because L.I. Joe's an awesome dude, friend of ours, and always does well at tournaments, so we'll see him at even more tournaments now, which is awesome. Now, in some non-fighting game related news, I've been all up in that Marvel, but not the Marvel you guys are thinking of. I'm talking about a Lego Marvel, the real Marvel game.
Finally, another Marvel I could talk about.
And I cannot rave enough about this game. I've been really excited for it since the second it got announced last year. And it's, even though it's a Lego game, it's got the same simplistic controls, it's made for, all ages, but it's basically the open world Marvel game I've been waiting for. It's got every character, it's got a hilarious story, it's really easy to pick up, but there's a lot of hidden stuff to uncover, like every Lego game, and the roster is just out of control. The fan service is just through the roof.
And Marvel wasn't the only company out recently with a brand new game. DC had something to share as well with Batman Arkham Origins. Now, if you guys are wondering how Batman Arkham Origins is, it's pretty simple. Second verse, same as the first. It plays just like the other two prior, so either that's a great thing or a bad thing for you. For me, it's a great thing. They added a couple of little things. There's minor nuances, but nothing really horrendous that really takes away from the game. I'm actually really thoroughly enjoying it, and if you play the other two, I highly recommend picking this one up, especially around the holiday season since it takes place all on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I have to admit, I haven't really finished an Arkham game ever, so I don't know which one to start with, but Origins does look fantastic, and I definitely plan on playing it, especially I'm a huge Troy Baker fan, and from what I've heard of his Joker, I think he did a good job of picking up Mark Hamill's mantle. We've been playing a lot of comic book inspired games.
Always.
And obviously we've been reading a lot of comics. We've also been getting excited for some comic book related movies.
Yeah, guys, don't forget, in November, Thor, The Dark World comes out. And we're also getting Captain America Winter Soldier in April?
Yes, April 4th.
April 4th?
That movie cannot come soon enough.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, I highly recommend seeing the trailer. I mean, we came back in time just to watch the trailer again.
Literally.
Yeah, we've already seen the movie. It was good.
We've already seen Captain America 5 through 10.
Yes,
and he dies in every one. But
let's not talk about Part 7.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about Part 7.
But a movie that was definitely better than Captain America 7, still capping after all these years, is X-Men Days of the Future Past, which is coming out next year. Yes,
and it's another Marvel movie that the trailer just dropped for, and it looks pretty cool. If you guys don't know, it's X-Men Days of the Future Past. It's inspired by the comic storyline of the same name. They didn't show too much yet in the trailer, no Sentinels yet, not a ton of action, but we do know that they'll be sending Wolverine back in time, where in the comics it was Kitty Pryde. Obviously, for movie fans, they want someone more recognizable.
Yeah.
And they're sending Wolverine back in time basically to prevent a disaster that eventually leads to the Sentinels being created and mutants basically being put in these concentration camps. So
I'm just a little tired of Wolverine being the most important character in Marvel all the time, from the comics to the movies. I'm just sick of Wolverine. But we'll see. Hopefully it's good. I mean, he got shot up a lot in the trailer, so that part made me happy. Of course, he doesn't die because of the healing factor, but seeing bullets in his chest always puts a smile on my face.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. I wish they took a chance and kept with the original Kitty Pryde story, because she's one of my favorite X-Men. I kind of be curious to see if Ellen Page could step up and actually take that role, as the leading character. But regardless, I think it's gonna be a great movie. Yeah. Obviously, you gotta cut some corners. It's Hollywood.
So since this is a Halloween episode, we have a couple of comics that we actually want to share with you guys that I would highly recommend reading for this joyous festivity.
Very joyous.
Yes. So the first one came out actually last week. It is a reprinting. It's a Vertigo Essentials of the Sandman by Neil Gaiman. It's illustrated by Sam Keith, who's actually one of my favorite artists. You should know his work from Image Comics, The Max. So I would definitely recommend picking this up because these books are super hard to find, the original prints, and the vertical essentials are just like the DC essentials, and this thick book only costs you $1.
That is not bad at all.
Not bad at all. They are going to release the rest of them, so I would recommend looking out for them and picking them up. If you've never read the Sandman before, you're missing out. This is the perfect time to start reading it again. So, with that being said, it's been 17 years since Neil Gaiman decided to write another Sandman. Until yesterday. So, the newest Sandman that just came out recently is one of a 6-part issue miniseries called Sandman Overture. Now, this book is so hot it doesn't get one, but it gets 2 covers. 2 really pretty, awesome covers. Don't ask me how it is. I haven't read it yet. Even in the future, I still haven't read these books.
Well, you'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. Maybe I'll do some butterfly effects and read it now and destroy the future. Maybe this won't happen to me, but anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So definitely Sandman Overture, pick that up. And the last book is, personally, probably the best. It is Ash and the Army of Darkness, issue number 1 by Dynamite. Yes, Ash has a lot of series back in the day. He saved Obama, he fought the Reanimator, Darkman, Xena, you name it. This is a brand new telling of a whole new series. So guys, if you missed out on all the prior Bruce Campbell madness and you're a huge Bruce Campbell fan, definitely run to your comic book shop and pick that up, especially for Halloween.
Awesome. Those are great choices, Natal. I did not bring my comic books with me. I did leave them in the future, which I'm planning on getting back to soon. What I've been really impressed by lately, I finally started reading Age of Ultron, which I think is a great book for Halloween because it's not, obviously it's a big Marvel event, it's not, a horror book, but it's a pretty scary scenario.
Yes, it is.
Basically, Ultron, the robot created by Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man, this starts taking on a life of its own, and it basically starts terrorizing humanity and starts wiping out humans. And it's funny, we were just talking about Days of Future Past, and Age of Ultron kind of feels like a Days of Future Past scenario if all of humanity was being terrorized and not just the mutants. So you see, the Avengers basically, struggling to just survive. Mm-hmm. It's one of Marvel's recent huge events. So it's got everyone. It's got the Avengers, Wolverine, Spider-Man, all the characters that you love. And I about halfway through the series overall, and I'm loving it. A lot of surprises, a lot of cool twists and turns. So definitely check out Age of Ultron. While we're still on the topic of Marvel books, which obviously we never talk about Marvel here, I have, just like we did now, I've been going back in the past of comic history, and I finally started reading Chris Claremont's Wolverine run because I love the Wolverine movie. I was like, I have to read the comics that inspired this, and I really enjoyed it. Obviously it's just great writing. I really love comic writing from that era in particular because there was way more text, and they described everything in such detail. If Wolverine got shot, he would literally talk to himself and be like, "Wow, that hurts. But luckily, I have an adamantium skeleton and a healing factor. I'll be fine in minutes." And, you don't get that anymore because obviously, there's so much more you can do visually. But I really love that, and it's a great story. It's him in Japan with his love, Mariko, and getting mixed up in all kinds of madness. So definitely recommend Age of Ultron for current comics, and if you're looking for some old school stuff, check out Chris Claremont's Wolverine run. That's how it was back then, but I loved it.
Yeah. Now everything's so fast that you don't even have time to read the books that you buy.
I mean, now you can just download an app that helps you read the book.
Yeah.
And reads it for you and just puts it inside your brain. We get that eventually in the future.
Yeah, sorry. That's spoiling that future tech.
Yeah.
So are you sure this episode is going to make us a lot of money?
Dude, I planned out the schematics. I went back. Based on my calculations, this will get us at least 1 trillion hits. You know how much money that'll make us?
No.
That'll make us $50. We could almost buy an Xbox 123 game with that.
Dude, I need to get my eyes fixed.
That'll come later, alright? But I promise you, this video will take us places. Trust me.
Can we play Lotto with that $50?
Maybe we should talk about that off camera.
Alright.
Anyway, for Fight Your Rival, this is Mike.
This is Natal.
And remember, guys, even years in the future,
keep fighting.
Keep fighting.